Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome to Armor Adventures. Today we are talking about huge changes in crew, and we will go through every tank type and see what is the best equipment, crew skills to choose from. So let's start with light tank. I will reset now all crew members so we can start over. Please guys know that I'm still not kinda 100% sure what is best. We need to test it. I also advise you to test it. Use these 30 days to see what works best for you. And then don't forget to put the crews and the crew skills on each tank, because after 30 days you will need to pay for it. So we will start with light tank. For light tank, I would say it's no-brainer. You need to choose these three. Basically, you need to choose these three for all tanks except Arta and heavy tanks. But we will go to them later. For light tanks, these three are kinda necessary and most important. You can choose recon before repairs if you don't have enough experience, but definitely Brother in Arms, Concealment, Recon should be the first one. Then let's see what do we have. Plus 5% after receiving damage, not very important for light tanks. Mentor, also not very important. You can use this skill on tanks which have 6 crew members or at least 5, and it's also good to have replace knockout members. Coordination, aiming speed increased after you spot enemy. It is useful for light tanks. Sound detection not very much useful for light tanks. And yeah, so this should be like most important what you can put for light tanks. It's 5 skills, and let's see which could be 6th one. Emergency somewhat okay. Mentor not very much. Sound detection totally useless. Well, basically you can choose between these 3 ones, even though I would choose between emergency and practicality. So also when you are considering which skill to use, keep in mind what is like happening in what amount of time. For example, this is only after you receive damage. This is always once you use repair kit or med kit, and this one is active always. You get 20% always, and if you have a team which is crew member which is dead. So basically, well, it's kinda same. Let's go with I don't know, emergency, but it's really the same. Regarding radio operator, no-brainer, you must select situational awareness. Side by side, not very useful, because in rare occasions you will play with other light tank. You are usually alone. Jamming 1 second less remaining spotted is okay. Signal interception, I would say it is very important, but this communication expert is, I would say, more important than jamming, even though having 1 second less means kinda a lot, 10% less you are spotted. But this one, you get extra 2.5 experience bonus when you have spotting damage more than hit points, and usually light tanks doesn't have a lot of hit points. It's 1.7 7,000 for this one, so basically very quickly you are getting additional experience. If you are not, but yeah, I would definitely choose these three ones for light tanks. Way more important than jamming. I mean, jamming is also okay, but unfortunately we cannot choose fourth one, and these three are way more important than this one. So unfortunately we cannot choose that fourth one. Okay, let's go see for gunner and loader. Brother runs, repair, concealment, snapshot. Dead Eye, it's now changed. It works for all kind of shells, so it's important, but unfortunately not very important for light tank. Designated target, it's kinda important for light tank. You get extra 2 seconds visibility of enemy tank if you want to snipe them, so we will consider designated target. Armorer, kinda good and no, because what I don't like with this skill is that, for example, if your potential damage is between, let's say, 500 and 1000, this will reduce that potential damage from 525 to 975. It would be great if it would only increase minimum damage, but it also decrease maximal damage. Same is with penetration. So it's kinda, now you have this kind of range, and now you have a bit smaller range. So it's kinda not very useful. You will definitely get like better minimum damage, but also you cannot get maximum damage what you get before, so it's kinda same. Concentration, gun dispersion is decreased by 30.5% once you are stationary. It is okay for light tanks when you want to snipe, but it's not your like priority, but in end game it's very important. So basically here, how many we have? Two more skills we can choose. Well, I would choose these two, and we will select it differently because this is only active once you are stationary, and this one is active all the time. Okay, let's go to loader. Well, shell velocity is kinda not very important for light tank because usually it's not high velocity, so it's kinda same. Will you have it, I don't know, 900 or 1000? But okay, let's go first one. Adrenaline rush, change. What is now changed is before you needed to have below 10%, now you need to have below 25%. For light tanks, safe storage, usually light tanks doesn't have broken ammo rack, so kinda, let's say, not important for light tanks. Intuition, for this light tank I definitely change shells because this light tank is sniper, so we will go with intuition on this one. Ammo tuning, and this is like what I was talking before, but this one only increases minimum potential damage and minimum penetration. It doesn't affect maximum, so this is very important for this kind of tank. And here I would recommend you to choose this first one for each light tank, and intuition only for light tanks if you are shooting and changing shells often. And from this last three, it's kinda same, because light tanks usually don't fight from close distance, but you kinda have a lot of situations from close distance. But usually you are sniping from behind. So I don't know, it is kind of same what will you choose here. But okay, let's go for close combat. And last one, driver. Brace arm, defense concealment, smooth ride for sure. Clutch braking, not very important. Well, it is important, but not a lot because you are already, quick. I mean, you quickly turn around. Off-roading, light tanks are usually fast, so you don't need special speed, but it's also good to have it. Reliable placement, well, you get a lot of high explosives, so you can consider that. Control impact, definitely not important. And engineer, well, I don't know, 1 kilometer per hour is important, but not a lot for light tanks, because usually you have, what is speed for this one, 77, and basically 77 or 78, it's not very important. It's way more important to reverse speed. But okay, let's see how much we can put maximum 2 additional skills here, but we have experience only for 1. So we will go with well, let's go with off-road driving, because on moderate soft terrain, on soft terrain you get 100% of the soft terrain, moderately soft terrain. So when you are, stuck in some mud or something, you will go faster there. But it's kind of same. You can consider this one, and high explosives. Well, you know what? Maybe let's go with high explosives. Yeah, and that's for light tanks. And guys, if you are not sure about what skill to choose, don't bother yourself, because anyway it's not a huge improvement for most of the things. For most of the things you have only 2-3% increase, and basically you will not even notice that in the game. And like I said, this is just a kind of testing period, so we can check everything, and I will make one video in 2 weeks after I study everything, and then we will see do we need to change something additionally. Now let's go to medium tanks. This will be medium sniper tank, so basically without any armor. I'm resetting my skills just so you can see how I'm thinking, so so you have better idea what is more worth and what is not. For commander, definitely first 4, and for this sniper tank, coordination, aiming speed after you spot a tank, that is very important. And for last one, it is kinda you can choose between emergency, mentor, and practicality. But I don't know. If I have skill which need experience, I would choose mentor. But as my only crew member without full experience is this gunner, we will go with emergency. And regarding radio operator, here definitely spotting 0.75 seconds before, definitely. and usually you are not with other medium tanks. You can be, but usually you are not, because 50 meters is quite a small difference in the game, and it will not be a very frequent situation. For jamming, 1 second less spot is not very important. Communication expert, usually you are not spotting a lot, but it is, you can easily spot 2000. How much this Leo has? Yeah, 1850. But we need firefighting, unfortunately. So you can basically choose situational awareness, very important. Firefighting for Leo, it's very important. And basically you can choose this one. And let's go with signal interception. For gunner, Brother in Arms, Reaper's Concealment, Snapshot. Armorer, after I think a lot, you are decreasing also maximum damage and penetration, so I will not use it in future. Deadeye for sniper tank is okay. So basically here you can choose between designated target, deadeye, quick aiming, and concentration. And I'm really not smart enough. I cannot decide what to choose because all four are very important. But as Leo has very good gun and everything, dispersion is awesome, so we will not go with concentration, we will choose aiming speed. And how much we will get aiming speed from 1055 to 149. And here we have additional 2 seconds of enemy viewed, but you know what, let's go with these two. For driver, Brother's Arm, Reaper's Concealment, Smooth Ride, top speed, okay, we can consider. Controlled impact, no. Reliable placement, kinda no. Off-road driving, for Leopard it could be useful. So basically clutch braking is not very useful. We have a place for 2 additional skills, and let's go with off-road driving and engineer. But here also you can consider reliable placement because Leopard doesn't have a lot of armor. And for loader, Brother in Arms, Reaper Concealment, Intuition for sure. Adrenaline Rush, now it's very useful skill because you often are below 25% and your gun loading time is decreased by 5%, which is kinda good amount of time. Usually you don't fight on close combat. This is for heavy tanks. Shell velocity 10%. I would recommend it on tanks which had already huge speed. For example, Leopard has speed of 1500. So with this you will get 1650 speed, and it's kinda a huge speed. So here we will choose these two. But if you don't want better speed, I would recommend to use Adrenaline Rush, and ammo tuning is definitely important because you have less minimum damage and more potential penetration. That's it for medium tanks. Now we will go medium tanks with armor. So those tanks you play on closer distance, you can also play like from far, like sniping, but they are meant to be played more closely than Leopard for sure. We will use, for example, this object 430U. These fours are standard, emergency. Okay, mentor we can consider because we need experience on all other crew members. Spotting enemy vehicle. Okay, sound detection not very useful. Practicality. Okay, we have place for 2 more skills, so let's see. I would say this because you are fighting usually on more closer ranges and you are kinda getting damage, so it will be nice boost every time you get some damage. And as this is tank which can play from longer distances, I will choose coordination. Yeah. Regarding radio operator, situational awareness, here is not priority not to be spotted, I mean to notice that you are spotted a little bit before. Side by side, it can happen that you are playing with some other medium tank. Damage, you can kinda have assistant damage more than 2000, but usually you don't have it, but definitely you need firefighting. So now we can choose between these 4. Jamming definitely no. Signal interception, okay. Side by side, okay. Communication expert, okay. So basically, it's up to you guys. Which one will we choose? Well, let's go with communication expert, because once you get 2000 assistance, all the time you have 2.5 additional experience. Let's go check with gunner. This 4 definitely. Aiming speed and turret for this kind of tanks, it's very useful because aiming speed is not usually awesome. Here also you can choose Deadeye and concentration. We have, after this one we would have space for additional 1. So basically I would choose maybe Deadeye, but this is also very important. But here you need to be stationary for 3 seconds, so it means that you are kinda sniping. Well, basically it's same. But these 3 are most important for this kind of assault medium tanks. Okay, let's go to driver. Brothers arms, reaper concealment, smooth ride, clutch braking, okay, off-road driving, okay, engineer, okay, control impact, kinda no, and reliable placement, no. So basically now we can choose one, later we can choose other. Which one we will choose? Well, I would definitely choose these 2 for this kind of tanks, and let's go with speed and this one, and next one I would choose off-road driving. but you can also consider putting clutch braking. Let's check with loader, body arms, repairs, concealment, intuition. Okay, save storage for this kind of Russian tanks are definitely very important. Perfect charge, I don't think it's very useful on this kind of tanks because usually are not sniping and your speed it's not huge. You will get only 90 in average 3 kilometers per hour, so definitely not important. This is important and intuition is important, but we will switch it. Close combat is also important. Many times we are fighting from close distance. So here we will have place for total 3 skills, and I would choose these two. But basically you can choose close combat, save storage and adrenaline rush as well. So basically everything except perfect charge will be okay, but it depends on your playstyle. If you don't switch shells often, then don't go with intuition. Save storage if you get ammo wrecked, broken, exploded or fire, then you need to go with save storage. And for Russian tanks it's very, very frequently. Adrenaline rush, 5% reload under 25%, it's kind of important, especially in end game when you are, on low hit points. Close combat also very important. So I don't know, let's go with ammo tuning, intuition, and later we will, I don't know, probably probably save storage, unfortunately, because this is Russian tank. Okay, let's check heavy tank. We will use E100 for example. Let's quickly reset it. For heavy tanks, definitely don't use concealment. Recon is important, but not priority. Emergency is definitely important because you are fighting from close distance. Every here and then somebody hits you. Aiming speed once you spot enemy vehicle. I don't know how do they count. Let me read this. The effect activated each time an enemy vehicle is spotted and does not stack when multiple vehicles are spotted. What does it mean and does not stack when multiple? If you spot 3 tanks, you will not get like 3 times 12.5. But I don't know, is it like only for first spot or every spot? Because if you are fighting from corner, you will unspot tank for 10 seconds, then you will spot him again. Okay, it will be nice to check this. But recon is kinda important. Also, you want to have some visibility. Okay, let's go with it for sure. And let's go with this one. But it's very important. Is it worth only for first spot, or any time you spot enemy tank? I mean, same enemy tank. Because if it's only for first spot, it's not very important. With heavy tank, you will constantly spot enemy tanks. Let's go to check gunner, and just to say we have place for additional. Maybe in this kind of situation when I need to, put experience on all other crew members, I will put mentor to increase experience grinding. Let's go to check gunner. With gunner brother in its arms, Reaper's snapshot, quick aiming, designate target not very important, armorer no, usually are not stationary but you can be, so basically here you need to put D6. After I grind this one, we will put concentration. Well, you know what, let's put concentration instantly and I will try to check it in the game. Like this. Okay, let's go check driver. Brother in arms, Reapers, smooth ride. Well, here you definitely need these two, maybe even controlled impact if your tank is speed, it has very good speed. Clutch braking is also important. Reliable placement, high explosives not important. So basically here you need to put these two, and if tank is kind of fast, you put control impact, and if it's not fast, you put clutch braking. So here we'll go with engineer and off-road driving, and the next one we will choose clutch braking. Let's check radio operator, but sounds reaper situational awareness. Well, here definitely side by side, because usually you have your body's heavy tanks around you, so definitely this one. Spotting time and no. Communication expert. Well, often it can happen that you spot somebody and enemy get tracked, so definitely this one, and fire extinguisher as well. So these two, these three, and this one, all others basically are not important for light tanks. And unfortunately with Artas and heavy tanks you have two loaders. And problem now is that you need to have kind of same equipment on them, because if you have intuition on one and don't have intuition on the second loader, you will have only 50% of intuition. So basically you need to have the same setup if you want to have maximum use. So let's check. Brother arms, Reaper's intuition. Save stowage if your tank is often on fire. Ammo tuning is very important. Close combat is very important. Well, maybe we can switch this one. But yeah, beside these 5, shell velocity not important for heavy tanks. You can consider, well, if your tank gets on fire, use save stowage. If it's not, use adrenaline rush. And you need to put kind of same here. If you want to have maximum, as we already talked about. Maybe we can switch these two just to have some average between them. But no, I think close combat is more important, so we will use this identical. Okay. Regarding heavy tanks, which are, versatile, you can use equipment same as Object 43U. And now let's go with tank destroyers. We will use, for example, this grill. Let me reset it. Brother arms, repent, concealment, recon for sure. Aiming speed, once we are stationary, it is very important. Receiving damage from an enemy, usually you are hiding, so it's not very necessary. Sound detection, no. Practicality, kinda no. Mentor, okay, if you have, a bunch of crew members which needs, additional experience. So basically here we will choose these two. We can choose only one. Will we take mentor or emergency? Well, you know what, let's go with mentor, because we have a bunch of crew members, and you also can use replace the knockout member, even though now both repair kit and med kit fix everything. So, but okay, you can. It often happens, that you get damaged a lot, and when you receive damage from this kind of tank destroyer, usually you are, trying to run away, hide. So, but for assault tank destroyers, definitely I would use emergency. Let's check for gunner, brightness arms, repent, concealment, snapshot, aiming, and we have place for only one more. Well, here you can choose between these two and concentration, and well, it's kinda, same. But okay, grill is already very precise, so we don't need concentration. And do we want additional 2 seconds or dead eye? This is 3% and this is 2 seconds. Well, I don't know. Let's go with dead eye. But it's kinda same. Here, this 4 definitely. Well, for grill with a paper tank, definitely this will be useful. Control impact, no. Top speed, kinda no, but it's good for reverse speed. And what is reverse speed? 15, okay. How many more? We can use 2 additional, and let's go with. Well, let's reduce high explosives. And let's go with engineer. Radio operator, brothers arms, repairs, concealment, situational awareness, side by side. Yeah, usually you have some tank destroyers next to you, but often no. Firefighting, it's kinda important for this one. Usually you don't have much of assistance unless you track enemies. Side by side, well, let's go with fire because I think it's more useful than other ones. Here we also have 2 loaders, so basically we need to put same on them. And grill velocity is 1500, so definitely we want more velocity and this ammo tuning. Unfortunately, we would need safe stowage as well. Close combat usually it's not important. Adrenaline rush it's kinda okay, important, but here basically we would need to choose everything. Okay. But you know, if you are frequently on fire, choose safe storage. Close combat is not important here. Adrenaline rush, it's kinda yes and no. Okay, let's select same here. Intuition, speed, and ammo tuning. And that's it, and we have for an beloved Arta. So let's check one Arta. We will use German. Well, unfortunately, so far we didn't need many, you know, crew experience for Arta because there was nothing special to put on them. But unfortunately, now we need to have kind of good crews on Arta. We will use actually this Arta because here I have way better crew. And let's check it. Let me just quickly reset it. Let's go with Commander, Brother in Arms for sure. Recon not very important. Concealment, yeah, but not priority. Emergency after receiving damage from enemy, it's only when other Arta hit you or some other tank, but usually you are very dead soon, so no. Mentor is okay to get additional experience, but we will see what do we have in place. Aiming speed after you spot enemy, basically you don't spot. Here definitely very important is sound detection, so you know when enemy Arta is shooting at you. Consumables not very important because you will not be hit, you know, a bunch of times. So basically here we can use concealment first, then mentor, then recon, and as the last one, well, it's kinda. Well, let's put emergency in for some stupid situation if you are left to fight Arta with Arta in end game, but basically it's very, very, very rare. So, I don't know. It's kinda really, all this is useless. You know what? Let's put this one. But it's really useless. Okay, let's check with radio operator. Side by side, this can be useful if you are fighting close to shooting and you have, you know, your body Arta with you. Spotting time, it's kinda not very useful. Communication expert is very, very useful because stun assistance is count and you have like 450 very, very quickly, so this is very, very useful here. And what else we have? Firefighting, no. Jamming, here you can maybe to be 1 second less spotted. Yeah, your view range anyway sucks. Let's see how much we will get from 306 to 316. Well, okay, let's go with jamming. But you can consider either jamming or situational awareness, even though both are not very important. Well, actually, maybe it's even more important signal interception, so you know you are sooner know when you are spotted, but basically once you are spotted, you are usually very quickly dead. But okay, let's go with this one. Gunner, Brother in Arms, Snapshot, definitely concentration, quick aiming definitely, and dead eye for last one. We have place for another additional, and then last one I would choose concealment. For driver, brother in arms, smooth ride. Speed is kinda important, okay. Reduce damage, not very important. Clutch braking, not important. Let's go with concealment. Let's go with engineer. And what do we have? Clutch braking, no. Reducing high explosives. Usually enemies are not shooting high explosive at you, but they can. Yeah, let's go with high explosives. And for loader, brother in arms, adrenaline rush, shell velocity, ammo tuning. You don't fight on close combat. I don't switch shells on Artas. Save storage not important, and the last one which we can choose can be concealment, and we will have space for additional one. And I don't know, here you can choose basically whatever you want, maybe intuition if you are switching shells, if not all this kinda sucks. Okay, let's put same here, brother in arms, perfect charge, ammo tuning, and as last one concealment. But wait, we put here into adrenaline rush, okay. So guys, basically that's it. We can just quickly go through assault tank destroyers, and we can use this one for example because it has kinda different setup than others. Let's go with commander, planetary defense, concealment, recon. This can be useful. Coordination after your spot, sound detection, no. Practicality, no. Mentor, okay. Let's go with coordination, and that's it. We cannot use any additional. Let's check this radio operator, situational awareness, spotting not very important here. Side by side, okay. Communication expert, okay. So basically here you need to choose between firefighting and side by side. If your tank is often on fire, of course use firefighting, instead choose side by side. But you know what, maybe I should have switched to firefighting here. Let's go with gunner, brother arms, repaint, concealment, snapshot, dead die, and these two. But we don't have so many, so we need to either choose, we need to choose between these three. With this tank usually are not stationary, so we will choose this one. And for driver, this definitely goes with controlled impact, smooth ride, clutch braking, and off-road or engineer. Well, let's go with, we don't have any additional. So basically you can choose between clutch braking and these three. Maybe we can go with engineer. But we need clutch braking for this tank. It's very, very important. Yeah, I think this is the best. But you can also consider using these two. And let's go with loader. This tank has two loaders, so basically we need to put same shell velocity. It's kinda not important. Close combat, yes. Ammo tuning, yes. And we need to choose one additional: intuition, save stowage, adrenaline rush, or perfect charge. Well, you know what, let's go with intuition. And yeah, guys, that's all for today. I hope I help you to understand this crew and what it does, what is best to equip tanks. And in case you have any questions, please write me in comments, and I will definitely make another video just to confirm is everything what we talked here correct, or we have some changes. And thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.